So let's go back to, hey, I'm working in whatever industry I'm working in, Henry, and they came to you and they said, Henry, I have a trepidation that I think AI is going to take my job, or it's going to, you hear that all the time, that people are afraid that AI is going to take their job. What would you say to that person? How would you help them have a growth mindset instead of a fixed pessimistic mindset? Because I do think there's a lot of opportunities to learn and to leverage this and partner with AI instead of being afraid of it and that's going to take your job away.
I'm gonna give you two examples, Todd, one of which is a gross simplification of your question, and the other is I think you'll enjoy. So your day-to-day, Todd, you write a lot of letters, you lick the envelope when you put a stamp on them, and you go to the post office box, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, you use email.
I don't.
Right?
I don't use any. In fact, I haven't used a letter, and I can't even tell you how long, Henry.
But see, that's the point. If I pushed you hard to say, well, time out, Todd, why don't you use the postal system? You could communicate with someone that way. And you'd look at me like I was day drinking and go, come on, we have email, right?
Right, absolutely.
Well, email is still, in the grand scheme of things, email is still relatively new, but everyone has their head around how it makes their lives so much easier.
Yeah.
So of course, over and above a personal touch and a nice letter to someone,
Right.
you're going to send someone an email, right? Or a text. Now, again, that's a gross oversimplification. Let's go to artists. People forget that when the camera was introduced as a technology, the artist community said, this is the end of art as we know it. Right? In other words, the ability
they're saying about Mid-Journey and all these other AI platforms.
And so what's really interesting about that, Todd, is I think it's the human condition to respond to change that it doesn't understand. And I'm not judging that, because I think the older we get, it's harder for us to say, time out. Can I understand how this change works for me? And can I make it work for me? And can I not judge it? That's hard to do. Yeah. And so I think what you're seeing is people respond and go, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's fight or flight, and I'm running because I don't understand this. So I would say there's plenty of examples of technology coming into our lives where, of course, we step into it. There's a reason that Todd Billingsley doesn't own a horse and a buggy, because he owns an automobile, right? This is very much similar. And if all you do is think about the tasks that we do as humans that are a bit repetitive and redundant, and taking that away, then you begin to step into the game and start to understand what this can do for you. I always use the movie Iron Man as an example. Now, that was a while ago, but they were right. Tony Stark had Jarvis, his personal kind of assistant AI that he trusts. And Jarvis knew everything about his life, preferences, history, etc. That's coming, Todd. And so when you start to imagine a world where humans can get really into that zone of creativity, it's most of the things that AI can automate, humans aren't raising their hand to be able to do that anyway. It's jobs that, like a lawyer reviewing a 900-page contract, that's tedious work, right? That can be done quicker and more efficiently. So I would say to the people that say AI is going to take your job, I'd amend this statement. People that know how to use and deploy AI will take your job, but it's people. The machine itself won't. So the onus is on the individual to get educated, to get in the game. And the pushback I always get is, well, hold on, Henry, I'm not a techie. And great, I don't code either, neither do you. But you can get 4 paragraphs deep on what this is, where it comes from, who's using it in your industry, and how you can get involved, because it's a lot more user-friendly than people think.
Yeah, great answer. Are there any sites that you would say to, like, hey, if you want to learn about AI, go here. Are there places that you would send people to?
So YouTube's your friend. I mean, there's a lot of good 8-minute videos on AI for dummies, or what is AI. There's a longer form one by a guy named Tom Bilyeu, who sat with.
Oh, I love Tom Bilyeu. Impact Theory.
Impact Theory. He sat with the CEO of Stable Diffusion. His name is Imad Mostiq. He's really I think he's one of the more thoughtful thinkers of this technology.
Fascinating.
They had a 2-hour, 45-minute podcast that's just, you want to really get.
Bilyeu gets people to watch for 245, man. He does some long Impact. It is long, but it's heavy. It's deep. So, it's really good stuff. Yeah.
So, I think it's funny you say that. I think there's a massive opportunity there, Todd, for kind of, where do you go to get the kind of baseline education in this technology? And there's a bunch of disparate ways to do it, but it's such a massive opportunity. Like to my alma mater, LSU, I'm kind of pushing them to come up with, and these are bite-sized chunks. You don't have to have a semester as a business person, you're a big Michigan fan. Well, Michigan
Right.
should have in bite-sized chunks its own thesis and version of this is what we think AI is and can do.
Yeah.
But these are slow to adopt legacy businesses, and so but somebody's going to do it.
Yeah. So I think as people watch this, they can see your passion and your knowledge around this. What excites you about AI? What's keeping you curious around AI? Because I know that you're not just thinking about what's happening now. What are you looking at in, let's say, at the end of 2023 into 24? What's kind of igniting your curiosity around artificial intelligence and where it's going?
So Todd, so you and I are both natural born salespeople just by our gifts, right? And so I always think of the sales funnel as a bunch of activities to get to the intended result, right?
Yeah.
So in my own skin, your skin, what I love is AI is going to be able to push down funnel to where Todd and Henry get in their hot spot, their sweet zone. Like this, face to face, where you're talking to a customer, you're interacting with the human. It's exciting for me to think about the people who are really gifted at sales getting much more of their time back. 80, 90% of their week is this. As opposed to, well, Todd has 8 hours of research, or Todd has 6 hours of writing emails and reaching out, or ... So when you start to think about the activities that you don't necessarily love, but they've just been part of the job, this is really exciting to think about what can it pull out, do it much more efficiently for you, such that it puts you into your sweet spot. And everybody has one of those where it's like, if I could just get that part of my job all the time.
Except on a golf club, Henry. I don't hit the sweet spot often enough on a golf club, I'll have to tell you, my friend.
You and me both.
So one of the things you talked about was, getting time back, right? People connecting. One of the things I hear about people and their fear around AI is, Henry, we're going to lose that personal touch, right? It's going to be some automated email or some automated marketing tool or some automation that's sending me information. What do you say about that? How do you make sure that if you're that salesperson, if you're that leader connecting with their team, right? We like to say there's no impact without contact. How do you make sure you keep that level of relationship that's important in the age of AI?
It's a great question. And the irony of that question, Todd, is it pushes right back to, okay, Mr. Human, you say you want more ability to be creative, right? Okay, be creative. Do you want to reach out to Todd Billingsley, just Todd Billingsley? Or do you want to say, Todd Billingsley, father of two, lives in Atlanta, Michigan fan? Like, give it a little context and some of your own creativity, right? And I can message Todd Billingsley right after a big Michigan play because I know that's what he loves. He plays golf. These are his hobbies. This is what he cares about. And AI gives us, ironically, Todd, AI gives us the ability to be very personalized.
Yeah.
But that's where the human needs to prompt these LLMs to do exactly that.
Yeah.
So
because basically what you just did around Todd Billingsley, Michigan fan, father of two, lives in Atlanta, that's a prompt, right? Your prompt, that's the specificity that you can put in ChatGPT or these large language model. And I think that's the art of what I've tried to figure out is prompting is really it's like asking good questions, right? The better you ask the more specific question, the better the response you're going to get, right?
And so in a weird way, Todd, what this has created in my mind for the early adopters, the race is now on between the humans of the world that are stepping into this to go, okay, now it's let's get going with so you can kind of out prompt each other. I mentioned the changes coming, Todd. Look, if we don't start teaching kids how to be prompt engineers and junior prompt engineers, we're behind. Another title that we've kind of come up with and are beating around, evolutionary project managers. Now, what does that mean? We've done work in our early work that we did for companies. We would drop our product, say, hey, great, guys, this is how you use it. Come back a month later and go, okay, how's it going? And they go, it's not going. And we go, wait a minute, is it not working? They go, no, it's working. What was missing, Todd? Somebody under that roof that had a day-by-day, step-by-step change agent approach, because you can't turn the Titanic on a dime. So those are new skills and new jobs that are coming to the fore to help everyone get comfortable with the use of this technology. That's a great